Welcome to Rupa's online tutorials. Today I'm going to give an introduction to C++ language. So let us begin this now. C++ was developed by Bjarne Stroustrup of Bell Labs in 1979. It's a general purpose object-oriented programming language and was earlier known as C with classes. It was built as an extension of C language and hence C++ means increment C by 1. So here we're going to briefly discuss about the history of C++. You can see in this picture Bjarne Stroustrup. He was born on 30th December 1915. So he is a Danish scientist who developed C++. Why he wanted to develop C++? Because he was also working with another object-oriented programming language known as Similar 67. So this language was mainly used for simulations. What do I mean by simulations? Simulations means when you want to model a real world object, then we use these simulations. So Similar 67 was one of the object-oriented languages that was developed that time, and it had these features of simulations. And the most popular language of that time was C, which was developed by Dennis Ritchie in 1973 at the Bell Labs. So, Bjarne Stroustrup actually combined both these two languages, that is Similar 67 and C++, and he named it as C with classes. He wanted to make this language as a superset of C. C by itself was a middle level language and it had all the features of system level programming as well as the general programming. But it didn't have any object-oriented concepts. So he took the object-oriented concepts from Similar 67 and he put this in the C++ language. So Bjarne Stroustrup added features such as class, inheritance, function arguments, and strong type checking. It had all the features of C language also. The first C++ compiler was known as CFront. So what was special about CFront? CFront was actually written with C with classes. So this new language, we could write compilers using this language, which was really wonderful. In 1983, the name of the language was changed from C with classes to C++. Plus plus is an increment operator which was found in the C language, which means add 1 to the whatever calculations we're doing. So since it had all the features of the C language plus the object-oriented features, he named this particular language as C++ or increment C by 1. As time progressed, Bjarne Stroustrup added many other features such as function overloading, virtual functions, single line comments, etc. to this language. He also published a reference book in 1983 known as the C++ programming language by Bjarne Stroustrup. So this book is available, you can just check it out. Now let us look why we need to learn C++. What are the real life applications where this particular language is going to be used? So C++ is used in many games. The most famous you must have all heard, PUBG. It is also used in many operating systems like Apple OS, iPod, Windows, and do you know Microsoft Office is written in C++. Isn't it wonderful? Yes. And there are other features of C++, other applications of C++ we're going to discuss here. So it was used to create browsers. Browsers are softwares where you're going to view your web pages, isn't it? The moment you want any information, when you want to go to google.com, you go and open those browsers, your Internet Explorer, your Mozilla Firefox, your Google Chrome, all these are developed in C++. And there is a 3D animation software known as Maya, which has also been developed by in C++. So this is used for animations and virtual realities. It is also used for banking applications because it supports concurrency and high performance. What do I mean by concurrency? See, there will be many people who will be accessing the accounts, accessing the data in the banks. Some will be withdrawing money, some will be depositing money, some will be maybe they are paying their checks. So there will be a lot of transactions happening in the bank. At the same time, a lot of data has to be updated or deleted or removed or inserted. So many actions can take place. So C++ is a high performance, high tolerance language. And when you develop a software in this kind of language, it is going to support all these actions which is happening at the same time. So C++ is a wonderful platform for this. And then it is used for cloud embedded systems which supports multi-threading support. Multi-threading means there will be many processes which are going to be running at the same time. So C++ is capable of doing that. It is also, you are able to develop a lot of libraries in C++. Libraries, you think of books, yes, it's kind of thing, but here it is these are digital libraries. They are functions which are developed in C++, and each of these functions is going to do a task for you. For example, if I'm going to say square root, okay, so it is going to find the square root of a particular number. Or if I say string CMP, it's going to compare two strings. So there are a lot of functions which is available in C++ libraries, which the user need not even bother what the code is. He can just take those functions and use it in his program. And then his program works perfectly fine. And then we have the embedded systems, your smartwatches, which you have been using. You see in many students, many children wear smartwatches where it is connected to your phone, your camera, and everything. So your computer. So these are all having the OS which has been made using C++. And it's also used to write various high-level programming language compilers. Okay, so this also makes C++ a very wonderful language to learn. Hope you understood all the real-life applications of C++. C++ has its own advantages and disadvantages too. So we'll be discussing about them in our further videos, and I will be teaching you how to run your first C++ program in my next video. If you like